Good evening, everybody. I am Dominic Kasulki here in Tarboro Municipal Stadium. The River Bandits are facing off against the Catawba Valley Stars for the second night in a row. On the bump tonight, Adam Jamison, his first time pitching in a good amount of time. His first pitch is inside for a ball. He's facing off against their leadoff hitter, Bernard Craik. Pitching fast, that's hit into center field. Center fielder Ethan Barnes cannot locate it fast enough. It was dropped in center field for a base knock to start the game. Bernard Craik last night had 3 hits, went 3 for 4.
Now batting the third baseman, number 8, Joshua Cooper.
Adam Jamison hasn't pitched since July 2nd. It's been almost 2 weeks for him. Arm should be ready to go the distance if he has his stuff. Man already on first base, as that is high for ball 1. Last night, the River Bandits defeated the Stars 12-1 with Bryant Baranek on the mound. He pitched a very solid 5 innings, 6 hits, and only 1 earned run with 8 strikeouts. Throw back over to first. It's not in time. Baranek did the same thing as Jamison last night, let off a base knock in the first, but he got out of it. Let's see if Jamison can do the same. Throws back over to first. He's thinking Craik is going to run. I hope I'm pronouncing his last name correct. Let me know if family's watching, if there's a different pronunciation. Adam Jamison on the season has 14 and 2 innings pitched. So that's upstairs for ball 2. 14 and 2/3 innings pitched. Has 1 start. His 1 start was his worst game of the season, where he had 4 earned runs. Hoping to have a better start than that. Here's the pitch home, and that is upstairs for ball 3. He's pitched really great out of the bullpen. Only had one outing with 2 earned runs or more in a bullpen outing. His worst game was the start with 4 earned runs. He did have 8 hits in one of his bullpen games, but only 1 earned run in it and 8 strikeouts. As that's upstairs for ball 4. A 4-pitch walk for the second man of the game. Free t-shirt night here in Tarboro. We have a nice crowd coming in. First 150 got a t-shirt. Everybody rocking the new t-shirts here in Tarboro. We're looking for something to cheer for. Start the game. Adam Jamison going to try to get out of this jam early. 1 hit and 1 walk. Now Caleb Burr, who hit a home run last night. Their only run of the game, a solo shot. That hits the dirt. Runners are going to stay put. Jamison on the season has 21 hits against him. But that 1 outing that he had 8. Kind of fluctuated that, has 10 earned runs on him, 7 walks, and in 1 outing he had 4 walks, so he really doesn't walk much. As that's hit hard into left field, left fielder Cruz Newman is going to watch that baby go, and that is a 3-run shot to start the game for the Stars, 3-0. Catawba Valley Stars with no outs. Much different than last night, as the Stars only had 1 run throughout the entire game. Now they have 3 here in the first inning. Caleb Burr seems to be their man to go to if they're looking for a long ball.
Next up, number 21, the right fielder, Jackson Risk.
Jackson Risk, their right fielder now at the plate, as that's upstairs for ball 1. 3-0 game here early in Tarboro. Plenty of time left. River Bandit bats have been massively hot. That's hit high into left field. And Cruz Newman is looking for that one, and he's going to get under it for out number 1. See if our man Adam Jamison bounced back after the shot to left field.
That brings to the plate number 15, the shortstop, Javier Arnes.
Javier Armas now their shortstop, 5th hitter in their batting order now at the plate with no one on the bases and 1 out. Jamison has some good stuff. I imagine he's going to come back the rest of this outing and pitch well, and that hits the outside corner for strike 1. 0-1, just misses upstairs. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, that's outside. Adam Jamison, also at Middle Tennessee State. He was teammates with Bryant Baronick, pitched last night. 2-1 pitch, and that's in there for strike two. A nice pitch on the outside corner. Jamison over there at Middle Tennessee. Did not play last season. Pitch home, and that's just upstairs. Works it full. First full count of the game. Had plenty of those last night. Plenty of backwards Ks last night. A lot of freezes. Here's the payoff pitch. That's flied out into center field. Ethan Barnes is looking at that one. He's going to get under it for out number 2. 2 consecutive flyouts after the home run to left field. We have the next batter coming up, Marino Castillo. I'll let you know the River Bandit defensive alignments. Adam Jamison on the bump tonight, and catching for him, Phillips Daniels. At first, Max Bernal. At second, Mitch Jones. At shortstop, Johnny Wall. Third base, Preston Shelton. At left field is Cruz Newman. Center field, Ethan Barnes. And at right field, Eston Snyder. Staying with the hot bats, it's a very similar lineup. Switched out Jack Nielsen for Max Bernal. That's inside for ball 1. Max Bernal now at first and Mitch Jones now at second. Other than that, it looks about the same. Phillips Daniels is taking over behind the plate, but Colin Hughes is still in there as an extra hitter. That's grounded out over to Johnny Wall. Throw over to first to Max Bernal. He scoops it up, and it's not in time. Good scoop from, a good grab from Max Bernal, but the throw was a little too soft, and Castillo beats out the throw. Now it brings up Marshall Smith, their catcher. It's their 7th hitter already in the first inning.
Next up, the catcher, number 9, Marshall Smith.
Here's a pitch home, and that is in there for strike 1. A nice breaking ball. Jamison's starting to find his groove. Easily could have been an out there, as it was a ground ball in the infield. The 1-1. That's in there. Strike 2. He's definitely finding it with his breaking ball. Looks in at the sign from Daniels. Looks over at first, the runner Castillo. He's going to go. The pitch home. That's upstairs. The throw from Daniels is going to be low and skipped from the grass and not in time. Now 2-2 with runner in scoring position in Castillo. Marshall Smith trying to bring home another run for the Stars in the first inning. Already 3-0. Jamison looks at second. His pitch home. Big swing and a miss for strike 3. He goes down swinging for the 3rd out of the inning. River Bandits strand him at second, but there is a 3-0 lead for the Stars early in the first. River Bandit bats looking to get hot, as they have been the past few games after the All-Star break. We'll see you here. You're watching the River Bandits on YouTube Live. Armani Newton leading off for the River Bandits in the bottom half of the first after the Stars put up 3 with a home run from Caleb Burr, a 3-run bomb to left field. Armani Newton, our extra hitter tonight, leading off. He swings for the fences on the first pitch. Facing off against the pitcher Jose Rojas on the bump for the Stars. The 0-1 pitch. He hits that hard towards the second baseman, Craig. Easy routine play over to first base for a quick out, number 1. Johnny Wall now at the plate after a 2-pitch out from our Armani Newton. That's yanked all the way to the backstop for ball 1. Johnny Wall been one of our best hitters since coming in, hitting .395 on the season, the highest on the team. He also has a .478 on-base percentage and 38 at-bats. Has 15 hits, 11 singles, and 4 doubles. Still looking for that home run ball. The 1-0 pitch hits that towards their shortstop softly. Throw over to first is bounced, and he drops it. He's going to be safe. Don't know who they rule the error on. That was a low throw, it bounced up, but the first baseman, Ortega, couldn't grab it in. That brings up Cruz Newman, who in 2 consecutive games has hit a deep bomb to right field. He's looking to recreate that here, make it a 1-run game. He has Johnny Wall over there at first with 1 out. The sun is shining. You can see the first baseman covering his eyes. Pitch home. He hits it, yanks it towards first base. They're going to go for the double play. It's going to be a little offline, but he gets it, and the throw over to first, and they get the double play. Wow. Great play from Ortega at first base. Heads up to throw it to second. And they get a double play. River Bandits go down 1-2-3. That'll be the end of the first inning. We'll see you here in the top of the second as Adam Jamison looking to have a better second inning. We're back here in the top of the second. Adam Jamison taking on the mound again. He's facing off against the batter, Anthony Ortega, over there at first base, who made a heads-up play for the double play. Now 1-1 against Ortega. And that is outside and low for ball 2. River Bandits on a 3-game win streak, scored 12 runs each, or 12 runs or more in each of the last 3 games after the All-Star break. Their bats are definitely getting hot. That first inning didn't show it, but it's not always the first inning they do damage. That second inning for the River Bandits seems to be their inning where they start blasting off. They've done it the past few games. Timeout here from Ortega and a 2-2 count. Jamison's pitch home, swung on, grounded foul down the third base line. The Valley Stars are on a 7-game losing streak. Trying to change that tonight. River Bandits trying to make it 8. Right now it's in the Stars' favor. The 2-2 pitch, that breaking ball freezes him for strike 3, a backwards K, the first one of the game. Like I mentioned a lot last night from Baranek. First one for Adam Jamison, first strikeout of the game for Jamison.
That strikeout was brought to you by First Bank of Charlotte. Now batting the designated hitter number 20, Roberto Morales.
Excuse me, that was the second strikeout of the game for Jamison. Now Roberto Morales at the plate. Didn't play last night. Jamison already at 27 pitches through 2 1/3, or 1 1/3. Pitch home, and that's upstairs for ball 2. Haven't seen many deficits for the River Bandits lately. 2-0 pitch, that breaking ball hits the inside corner. Nice pitch from Jamison. Seems to be his best pitch tonight, what he's really feeling. The 2-1, tries it again, that's inside. Got the leadoff man out, trying to go 1-2-3. The 3-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Went reaching for that to make it full. Payoff pitch, and that's going to bounce in the dirt for ball 4. After a leadoff strikeout, he walks the second man, Roberto Morales, and it brings up Bernard Craig, the second baseman.
That brings up the second baseman, number 6, Bernard Craig.
He had 3 hits last night. Didn't have any RBIs or any runs. Only thing that happened in the Stars' favor last night was the home run from Caleb Burr, and he has another one already today. He's looking to be up again this inning. River Bandits trying to stop that. That breaking ball gets in there for strike 1. Really hitting the strike zone. 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss for strike 2. You can see Jamison starting to feel it more and more, starting to get more comfortable on the mound. As it had been a while since he'd pitched. That pitch home is upstairs for ball 1. Does have 14 2/3 innings pitched, but it had been since July 2nd that he'd pitched. Have Camden Martindale warming up in the bullpen. As that's hit hard towards Johnny Wall, lined out the throw over to first, and that's a double play. River Bandits get their own way of a double play, as the Stars did it last inning. Jamison gets out of that inning with only a few pitches after the walk. Great job from the River Bandits. Johnny Wall catches the lineout, throws over to Max Bernal at first for the double play, 6-3. We'll see you here in the bottom of the second as Eston Snyder, our cleanup hitter, is leading off. Esten Snyder leading off the bottom of the second for the River Bandits. He's on a 7-game hit streak. He has been one of our hottest hitters. Why we have him in the cleanup spot now for the recent games. First pitch is in there for strike one. On the mound, Jose Rojas. Rojas 4. Well, here's the pitch. The 0-1 is outside. Makes it 1-1. Rojas for the Stars has a 10.53 ERA on the season and 13 1/3 innings pitched. His last start 12 days ago, he went 2 1/3 with 11 earned runs. Esten Snyder grounds that out. Chopper over to the third baseman. Tough play to throw to first. Not going to be in time. Little offline. Esten Snyder would beat it out anyways. Brings up Colin Hughes, and I'm trying to not play music as much as I can. As I mentioned, most games, when the music is playing, we don't want to get copyrighted. That actually happened last game where it wouldn't show the live stream, so we didn't get as many people joining. So I'm really trying to make sure I play as little music as possible. Snyder at first, that's yanked for ball one. Colin Hughes at the plate. Hughes now batting .250. Was a 188 hitter on June 3rd, so he's upped his batting average, starting to play really well. Starting to be an everyday man. He looks at that for strike one. On the season, he has 7 hits, or 7 singles, 12 hits, 3 doubles, and 2 home runs. Does have a grand slam this season on July 10th against the Scallywags in that 17-0 win. Throw over to first, not in time. Snyder inching his way towards second, no outs, and Colin Hughes at the plate. Heart of the River Bandits order. Snyder's going to go. He's going to swing, ground it out. No double play in action. But it'll be a tough play for the second baseman. Snyder reads it well. He's going to go into third. He's rounding. He's going to stay. Throw over to third. The tag, and he's out. Snyder gets caught. I do not think he was out. He was there. Wow. He got into third safely. There's no way he was out there. So, early questionable call as he gets called out at third base. Snyder took a long turn after the error from Bernard Craik. That's upstairs for ball one. Definitely, I'm not supposed to be as neutral as possible, but that did not look like he was out. It looked like he got back in plenty of time. Thought he was going to round. He didn't look like he wanted to. That's hit into right field. Almost hits Colin Hughes. Colin Hughes going to stay at second as it's hit too sharply over to right field, and Jackson Risk throws it in. Again, this music's playing for a long time, and I have to mute my mic. I want everybody to be able to join the live stream as much as possible. So we have one out here. Max Bernal at the plate. He slaps that into left field. It's going to go foul. So Max Bernal on the season hasn't played many games, has 11 plate appearances with a 375 batting average and a 545 on base percentage. He's been hit by a pitch 3 times already. He's been on first and second. RBI opportunity. That is low for ball 1. 1-1 against Bernal. Bernal has 3 hits, all of them singles, does have 2 RBIs, 3 runs, and no walks. Only 1 strikeout on the season. He's been getting on most of the time. Noel Bernal in the chat. Uh-oh, is the stream still going? That's grounded out towards the first base side and foul. Let me know in the chat if you guys can still hear me. My YouTube went down. I was watching it and it went down, so please let me know if it's still going on okay. Max Bernal on a 1-2 count. Runners on first and second against Rojas. Righty-lefty matchup. He's looking at second. The 1-2 pitch. He slaps that into right field deep. Right fielder's looking at it, and he gets under it for out number 2. Colin Hughes going to tag up, go to third. Runners now on the corners with 2 outs. So Bernal advances him over to third. Ethan Barnes now at the plate with runners on the corners. Big spot for him as he has a home run on the season. He's been hitting the ball well lately. He has 4 hits in the past 2 games, and he's on a 3-game hitting streak. Batting average now up to 316. Swings and misses at that one. 0-1. Yeah, the umps definitely have to talk about that one. Don't understand that call, and thank you for letting me know. Can hear fine. I don't know what happened to my YouTube there. Now 0-1 against Barnes. Runner's going to go. Hits that into left field. It's lined at him, and it's going to drop. That's going to bring 1 run home. He's going to go into third, and he bobbles it. Would have been an out. Bobbles it. Runners on the corners, and Ethan Barnes gets an RBI single. Phillips Daniels now at the plate, our catcher tonight, at a 281 batting average. He played on July 10th against the Scallywags. Other than that, he hadn't played since July 2nd. First game in a while. Runner's going to go. That's low. He's going to slide in safe. The throw home. He's going to slide in, and he is called out. I thought he might get his hand in there, but he's called out. 2 calls. Well, the River Bandits get called out sliding in. River Bandits do score 1 on the inning. They tried to steal, get the man home, but that'll be it for the second inning. We'll see you here in the top of the third. Now a 3-1 ball game. Valley Stars are up. Joshua Cooper leading off, their third baseman, second in the batting order. Leading off the third inning against Adam Jamison out on the mound again. It's throws in, punches a strike one. Oh, and 1 count, leadoff man, breaking ball, grounded out over towards Johnny Waltz, short, softly hit. It's going to be a tough play, and he bobbles it. First error of the game for the River Bandits. Tough hop for Johnny Wall. And Joshua Cooper is going to lead off with a reach on an error from Johnny Wall. Hit off the mound. It was softly hit. Might have slowed it down, hitting it off the mound a little bit. Jamison tried to go get it. Didn't have a play on it. Now Caleb Burr up to bat again. Hit a home run last night and a home run in the first inning. Throw over to first. Almost offline. Max Bernal goes and makes a great play grabbing that. Thank you for letting me know the chat is fine or everything's good. Thank you, guys. Just making sure. Don't want any problems. So, man on first. He's looking like he wants to go. Pitch home. Breaking ball. Slips out of his hand. Goes inside. Now 1-0 against Burr. Burr's going to look for the pitch he wants as he's been hitting them well against the River Bandits. Really the one bright spot for them in that last game. Don't want to say that in general. I haven't seen the Stars play much this season or at all. Stars have played a few teams the River Bandits have, like the Carolina Disco Turkeys, the Wake Forest Fungo. They play the Steamers tomorrow night. Throws back to first and not in time. Really worried about that runner over there, Jamison is. Pitch home, that's hit high, flied out. Left shallow center field. Cruz Newman gets under it for out number 1. Looks to be pretty high fly ball. It was hard to find it. Cruz Newman gets under it.
Now batting the right fielder, number 21, Jackson Risk.
Doesn't advance the runner, keeps him over at first. Joshua Cooper at first. Now Jackson Risk, their right fielder, cleanup hitter. Righty-lefty matchup up to bat with a 1 out. 3-1 ball game. Catawba Valley Stars are up. 3 hits for both sides and 1 error for both sides. Pitch home, and that's high for ball 1. On the game, Jamison at 42 pitches. Breaking ball is high for ball 2. Hoping he can get through 3. Probably be the end of it. So we had work in the bullpen from Camden Martindale. He might already be done. I don't see him working anymore. He might be warmed up and ready for the next inning, or if he needs to come in this inning if trouble hits. Crowd is quiet right now. A nice looking crowd though. They got loud during Ethan Barnes' RBI single, and unfortunately Eston Snyder got called out sliding back at third as he rounded third a little too much. Pitch home, and that's outside for ball 3. 3 pitches and 3 balls against Jackson Risk. Throw back to first and not in time. Still looking at that runner, making sure he won't go. Max Bernal getting a lot of work over there at first. 3-0 pitch, and that is upstairs for ball 4. 4-pitch walk to their cleanup hitter, Jackson Risk, bringing up Javier Armas with men on first and second.
Next to bat, number 15, the shortstop, Javier Armas.
Did have some rain earlier today. Hoping it doesn't come back at all tonight. Didn't know if the game was going to be played or not. The weather forecast, ooh, that just misses. That looked in there for a strike, but 1-0 against Armas. That's hit into right center field. That's going to drop. Eston Snyder, that's in the gap. Eston Snyder's going to run after it. That's going to score 1. and they're going to keep him over at third. An RBI double for Javier Armas. That hit the gap pretty fast, hit harder than I thought. Now 4-1 Stars. They respond back with a run after the River Bandits did in the second. Now they're in territory to score a couple more with 2 men in scoring position, and Marino Castillo up at the plate.
It'll come to the plate. Number 2, the center fielder, Marino Castillo.
He's had a hit in this game already. And last night, he also had... He had 1 hit last night. I thought he had 2, but he had 1 hit, and he already has a hit this game. He looks at that ball low for ball 1. River Bandits in the last 3 games scoring 47 runs. It's a wild stat to look at. Only allowing 3, 47-3 the last 3 games. That's slapped into left field. Cruz Newman's going to have to make a play. He can't get to it. It's going to drop. Going to score 2. Going to be no throw. Going to score both runners at second and third. Now a 6-1 ball game. Good piece of hitting for Marino Castillo, hitting it into left field where Cruz Newman just couldn't get to it. As Coach Grant Crosby is going to come out and talk to Adam Jamison, have Camden Martindale back out working again, our lefty pitcher. Martindale's pitched a lot this season. Music is now playing. Don't want to get copyrighted, so we'll be back in just a moment letting you know what's going on. Marshall Smith, number 9, their catcher. As maybe it might not be Camden Martindale. He was working earlier. Got word that it might be Brock Arender. So we'll see who comes out. Runner's going to go. He gets a big swing and a miss. The throw over to second is going to be offline. Bounced up. Mitch Jones grabs it before it goes to the outfield, but it is a steal for Castillo. Six to 1 ball game now early in this game. Haven't seen that in a while. Adam Jamison's pitch gets a big swing and a miss for strike 2. Jamison at Middle Tennessee Christian pitched 40 2/3 innings with an ERA of 0.6. Gets a big swing and a miss, reaching for that one. It's dropped. Throw over to first in time for out number 2. Big strikeout for Adam Jamison.
That's out number 2. That brings to the plate number 33, the first baseman, Anthony Ortega.
Brings up Anthony Ortega. And Adam Jamison had 72 strikeouts along with that 0.6 ERA in 2022 in Middle Tennessee Christian. He was a freshman player of the year and all-district and defensive player of the year. Looking to play next season at Middle Tennessee. Phillips Daniels going to go have a talk with Jamison for the next batter, man in scoring position, making sure they're on the same page. So I think it is Brock Arender in the mound, or in the bullpen, warming up. We did have Camden Martindale warm up for a little bit. Maybe the part of the lineup we're in calls for lefty in Brock Arender, Camden Martindale a righty. Big gap on the second base side. Pitch home. That's flied out into left center field. Cruz Newman looks at that and gets under it for out number 3. He runs that down. A lot of ground to cover. Now a 6-1 ball game. Catawba Valley Stars add on a few more. That'll be the end of the top half of the third. River Bandits really going to have to start getting those bats going as they have in the past games. Phillips Daniels leading off the third inning for the River Bandits as they were caught double stealing in the second during the middle of his at-bat. So he gets to restart his at-bat. Now an 0-1 count against him. Pitch home, and he looks at that just outside for ball 1. 1-1 against him. 5 hits for the Stars, 3 for the Bandits. He slaps that first base side right at the first baseman Ortega for a quick out number 1. Mitch Jones now at the plate, one of our all-star hitters. Batting .286 on the season. Looks at that breaking ball. Ooh, that was close. Must have been low for ball 1. Mitch Jones with a .436 on-base percentage. Has 12 hits on the season, 8 singles, 3 doubles. Grounds that out towards their shortstop, Armas. Throw over to first. Is going to be in time for out number 2. 2 quick outs for Jose Rojas. Brings up our Monty Newton with 2 quick outs for the Stars. Slaps that over towards the first base side. He scoops it up. Ortega is going to run to the bag and get out number 3. 1-2-3 go the River Bandits, and Jose Rojas is dealing here in this game. Had a tough outing last time. He's looking great right now. We'll see you here in the top of the 4th inning. We'll see who's on the mound, if it's still Jameson or not. Roberto Morales, their designated hitter, the last in their batting order, leading off the 4th inning for the Stars. Jameson still on the mound. Has a half swing there. Felt like he wanted to check a little bit. Still ended up going for it. Pitch home, and that's upstairs for ball 1. Big swing and a miss for a strikeout. Throw over to first. Max Bernal grabs it from the throw from Phillips Daniels for a leadoff strikeout for Adam Jameson. Jameson looking to go through 4.
Brings to the plate the second baseman, number 6, Bernard Cooper.
Bernard Craik at the plate. He's their leadoff hitter. Looks at ball 1 upstairs. Craik already has a hit and a run this game, had 3 hits last night. Jameson at 57 pitches. The 1-0 count, and that breaking ball gets in there for strike 1. Jameson's pitching line at the moment, 3 1/3, with 5 earned runs, 5 hits, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. That pitch home, he goes fishing for that one for strike 2. The 1-2 pitch. Grounded out over towards Preston Shelton. He's going to grab it, throw over to first, and Max Bernal is not in time. Couple infield hits, beating out the throws for the Stars. Tough when you get them down on the count 1-2 and you get a ground ball and you don't get the out.
Number 8, the third baseman, Joshua Cooper.
Bringing up Joshua Cooper, on deck Caleb Burr, who hit the home run. Don't want to see him. Maybe Joshua Cooper grounds out into a double play. Jameson's been getting some ground balls. Runner's going to go. He doesn't want to take that. He fouls it off. Maybe he doesn't. Runner's going to go to third. Throw over Phillips Daniels. Tag is applied, and he's out. Great play from Phillips Daniels. He goes and grabs that. An amazing throw to Preston Shelton, and Shelton puts on the tag. Wow, that was a great play. I thought they had no chance. The runner was speeding around the bases. I thought he fouled that off. And that is low. Phillips Daniels, what a play. And a great play from Preston Shelton. Don't want to take that away from him either. So 2 outs now, 1-2 count on Joshua Cooper, the third baseman. The pitch home, flies that out. Shallow center field. Ethan Barnes gets under it for out number 3. A good inning from Jameson. And a great throw and tag from Phillips Daniels and Preston Shelton to end the 4th inning. We'll see here in the bottom of the 4th, River Bandits trying to come back from a 6-1 deficit. Johnny Wall leading off the bottom of the fourth inning, trying to get these bats going. They've been doing it the past games. He flies that out into right field, right at Jackson Risk, and he gets under it for out number 1. Jose Rojas working very efficiently. Cruz Newman coming up to the plate. Cruz Newman, who's hit home run in the past 2 games for the River Bandits, on the plate. He goes swinging for the fences on that one. Looked like a changeup, nice pitch right outside the zone. Newman goes reaching for it, 0-1 against him. Rojas been pitching a gem right now. That is inside for ball 1, not literally, but he's been pitching great. So 1-1, Newman flies that into left center field. Left fielder looking at that, and that ball's gone! Oh my goodness! Cruz Newman is unstoppable. He keeps hitting home runs. Unfortunately, no one on the bases, a solo shot. This time he euros over at third base. He did that the first home run that we saw a few nights ago. Didn't do it last night. Great home run from Cruz Newman. This time he hits it opposite field instead of right field, so he can hit it everywhere.
Right fielder, number 16, Eston Snyder.
Have Eston Snyder, I mentioned on a 7-game hit streak, now an 8, I believe. He got a hit earlier, and that ball's outside for ball 1. Make sure I'm correct on that. Eston Snyder did have a hit. He beat it out. I didn't know if they ruled it an error or not. So 8-game hit streak now, looking to get another, but he looks at strike 1. River Bandits cut it to 4 with the solo shot from Cruz Newman. 3 consecutive games for Newman with a home run. 1-1 pitch. Snyder looks at that one high. He wanted to swing at that. We had Jason in the press box say that Newman was going to hit a home run in this at bat, and he called it. Snyder grounds out sharply at the shortstop. Throw over to first. In time, a little low, but Snyder can't beat it out. Colin Hughes now at the plate. Trying to get a rally going. Looks at that one high for ball 1. Preston Shelton on deck, our third baseman. Colin Hughes becoming every day at bat, whether he's behind the plate or a designated or extra hitter. He looks at that one in there, a little bit of a delayed call, but it definitely looked in there. Newman gave the crowd a little something to cheer about, but now still a 4-run deficit. Colin Hughes trying to do the same. 1-1. That is yanked inside for ball 2. Two and 1 against Hughes. 5 hits for the Stars, 4 for the River Bandits, an error on both sides. 2-1 pitch, and that is yanked inside, almost hits Hughes. Three and 1. Hughes trying to work the walk. It's in his favor with Shelton on deck. The 3-1 pitch, and that is inside, just inside, almost hits the corner. Nice walk from Colin Hughes. Preston Shelton had a hit in his first at bat, has 22 games played, the most on the team, 86 plate appearances. With that said, he's still batting .355, so it's not. He's had a lot of bats to show that he can really hit that, as that is low for ball one. Would be big time if he could get a ball out of here or get Colin Hughes to third and bring up Max Bernal. The 1-0 to Shelton. He looks, and that's upstairs for ball two. Rojas been pitching amazing so far this game, but in his past outings has not pitched very well. So River Bandits, with their hot bats, trying to get something going against him. Has a 10.53 ERA in only 13 1/3 innings pitched. 28 hits against him, 20 runs. He does only have one home run against him other than Cruz Newman's today. 3 pitches, 3 balls to Shelton now, and their catcher, Marshall Smith, going to go talk to Rojas for a moment. Don't see much bullpen work going on, as Rojas has been pitching very well.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank Officer Darrell Harrell tonight for the Catawba Police Department, keeping us safe and healthy. Go by and shake his hand.
On the season, Rojas has 8 walks and 7 strikeouts. Doesn't walk men particularly too often. But now a 3-0 count, and that's inside. Walked 2 consecutive batters in Hughes and Shelton. The River Bandits have something going here. Brings up Max Bernal with a .375 batting average. Getting on base great, has 3 hit by pitches, and Rojas on the season has hit 3 men. Max Bernal with another chance. Runners in scoring position, that's outside. Seems like 9 consecutive pitches now for Rojas that have been outside of the strike zone. Struggling to find this command now. Hopefully Max Bernal doesn't swing at anything inadvertently. The 1-0, he swings it back at him. It's going to get into center field. That's going to bring Colin Hughes rounding. The throw to the plate, that's a good throw. And he's going to slide, he's going to drop it. He needs to go tag it just in case. He tags it home, the throw over to second, and he gets in safely. Max Bernal with a big RBI single and a reach. Don't know if they'd call it a double, but he definitely earned that RBI. Great hit up the middle. Ethan Barnes at the plate with 2 runners in scoring position. Could tie the game up with a bomb here. Righty-righty matchup. Has Bernal at second. He has to duck under that one. Ethan Barnes already has an RBI single this game. Trying to get this crowd more into it. It's over at third, Preston Shelton. Second, Max Bernal. And at the plate, Ethan Barnes. One swing of the bat could tie this game up in the fourth. There is 2 outs. 1-0 count. The pitch home. That's upstairs for ball 2. On deck is Phillips Daniels if Ethan Barnes works a walk. Ethan Barnes hitting .316 on the season. Brought it up from 150 earlier in the season on June 28th, all the way up to .316 on July 13th, so he has been scorching hot. He's in a 2-0 count now against Rojas, and then on second and third. Pitch home, and that's yanked outside. Great stop from Marshall Smith. Keep it from going to the backstop and scoring Preston Shelton, but still 3-0. Going to have an infield meeting, or first baseman Ortega just going to cheer on his teammate Rojas. Give him some words of encouragement. Smokey trying to get the crowd into it. Big crowd, need to get more energized here. A big spot in this game. 3-0 count to Ethan Barnes. A long look in, the pitch home, and that is low for ball 4. Ethan Barnes works the 4-pitch walk and brings up Phillip Daniels with the bases loaded. Big spot for him. Having a meeting on the mound. They are playing music, so we'll let you know what's going on after the music stops. Phillips Daniels with a bases loaded RBI opportunity. He has 6 RBIs on the season. His last RBI was on July 1st.
That brings to the plate the catcher, number 24, Phillips Daniels.
He has 2 doubles and 7 singles on the season. Trying to add on to this, only 41 plate appearances this season. Not incredibly low, but not incredibly high, as we have 3 catchers on the squad. There's a pitch home, and that's yanked. Almost gets the backstop. Another great stop from Marshall Smith. Nowhere to put the runners as Rojas is struggling to find his command. This is a spot in the game where you could look back and say if River Bandits score here, it could be a different outcome if we end up losing this game. It's definitely a big spot. 1-0 to Phillips Daniels. Here's the pitch. That's in. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. That was inches away from hitting him, and they call that a strike. Another questionable call. This one a strike call, not an out call at third base, but still questionable. 1-1. And that's in there for strike 2. That call really changes the momentum of this at bat. Would have been 2-0, and Phillips Daniels could have looked for the pitch he wanted. Now he's going to try to stay alive in a 1-2 count with the bases loaded. Really unfortunate call. I don't know what's going on here. It looks like their second baseman, Bernard Craik, might be throwing up in some sorts and might have just been looking at something on the field. Their infield was just going to check on him, but now we're good. Phillips Daniels gets a second to recuperate, and he's down on the count 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's just high. Wow. Good take from Daniels, as that could have went either way. Third base, Preston Shelton at second, Max Bernal at first. It's Ethan Barnes, Phillips Daniels at the plate with a chance to get some runs. The pitch home, fouls that off, stays alive. Good pitch from Rojas, and great job staying alive from Phillips Daniels. Doesn't have a home run this season, but a home run would give the Bandits the lead this game. Still very early in this game. This isn't a do-or-die situation, but could be a momentum killer or a momentum shift for either side, depending on which way it goes. The 2-2 pitch from Rojas is outside, ball 3. Full count work from Phillips Daniels. This is a fun at bat. Here we go. Rojas stepping up on the mound. Going to check the sign from Marshall Smith. Ethan Barnes at first, Max Bernal at second, Preston Shelton at third. Phillips Daniels at the plate in the full count. Here's the payoff pitch from Rojas. Swings it, grounds it out. Third baseman can't get to it. That's going to bring one home. Max Bernal coming home. He's rounding. He's going to get in safely standing. And that's a 2 RBI single from Phillips Daniels to get it past their third baseman, Joshua Cooper. Great piece of hitting and a great worked at bat. Well, that was a fun at-bat. Mitch Jones now at the plate. Crowd is now getting into it. We have Cruz Newman in the dugout telling the crowd to get loud. Mitch Jones has a man at third base. Ethan Barnes at third. At first base, Phillips Daniels at the plate. Mitch Jones. Chance to tie this game up or give him the lead. The pitch home. Looks at that in. Ooh. Called strike. Thought that was in the lower half towards the dirt. But 0-1. Crowd is loving it. Mitch Jones trying to make him even more energized here. 0-1 towards him. That is just outside. Good take from Mitch Jones. Could have went either way. Armani Newton on deck. He's our leadoff hitter, our extra hitter tonight. Mitch Jones, an all-star hitter for us. Talked to him last night before the game in a pregame show. It was fun to talk to him. Here's a big spot for him. 1-1. That is in there for strike 2. Looked high. One and two to Mitch Jones. Runners on the corners. The 1-2 pitch, and he goes down swinging. Rojas gets out of the inning, stranding runners on first and third, but the River Bandits put up 4 and make it a 1-run ball game. Great inning from the River Bandits and a great at-bat from Phillips Daniels. He works it full and grounds it out past their third baseman, Joshua Cooper. That was a fun inning, got the crowd into it. Now a 6-5 ball game. We'll see it here in the top of the 5th. Caleb Burr at the plate. Hit a home run earlier this game, a 3-run shot to put them up 3-0 in the first inning. Jamison still on the mound. He goes swinging for that one. Got a breaking ball and just missed that one. Probably going to want that one back. Jamison gets a hit over towards Mitch Jones. Throw over to first of Max Bernal in time for out number 1. Quick out for Adam Jamison.
That brings up number 21, the right fielder, Jackson Risk.
Brings up Jackson Risk. River Bandits with such an amazing 4th inning, adding on 4 runs. Jamison trying to come out here, go 1, 2, 3, get those bats back. We have the top of the batting order for the River Bandits in Armani Newton, Johnny Wall, and Cruz Newman. Cruz Newman hit a solo shot that inning to start it off, then 2 quick outs, and then a couple walks and a hit, and then a Phillips Daniels ground ball past the third baseman for 2 RBIs. Two and 0 now against Jackson Risk. Jackson Risk on the game has a walk and a run. And he looks at that one for strike 1. Two and 1 to Risk. No one on the bases. 6-5 ball game. River Bandits have 6 hits. That bounces off the dirt for ball 3. Slipped out of his hand or mishandled that one. 3 and 1 now against Risk. Pitch home, and that is inside for ball 4. Risk works a walk, gets on base. Jamison continuing on the mound for the 5th inning. It looks like his night could be over. Let you know who the new pitcher is. He's given out his ball. Adam Jamison ended up 4 1/3 innings, 5 earned runs, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts. After a tough first inning, he came out there and really settled down, pitched a good few innings after that. And Adam Quincy coming out on the mound. So we will see Quincy on the mound with a runner on first base and 1 out in the 5th inning. We'll be right back. Adam Quincy taking over in relief of Adam Jamison. 2 Adams coming on against the Catawba Valley Stars. 6-5 ball game. Quincy with a man on first as he throws in a strike. That fastball to the outside black. Good pitch from Quincy to start out his outing. Lefty matchup. And he gets a big swing and a miss. Facing off against Javier Armas, their shortstop. Really trying to get those River Bandit bats back on the plate. Throws over to first. Not in time. Oh, 0-2 to Javier Armas. Adam Quincy's 0-2 pitch, and that's outside for ball 1. Phillips Daniels behind the plate of Adam Quincy. Daniels had that big 2 RBI single. Cut the lead to 1. The 1-2. He gets a big swing and a miss for strike 3. Out number 2 of the inning. And Adam Quincy's first batter gets a K. Quincy has been a very vital bullpen piece for the River Bandits this season.
Next up, the center fielder, number 2, Mariano Castillo.
He's pitched 15 innings, all out of the bullpen. He has went 3 2/3 and 3 1/3 in 2 of his outings earlier in the season. He gets a check swing. Fouls it off for strike 1. Most of the time, he's went 1 inning twice, 2 innings 3 times, and over 3 twice. Really a great bullpen piece. He's 0-0 on the win-loss ratio. He has a save in his 1 opportunity. 12 hits against him, 5 earned runs, 13 walks, and 22 strikeouts. He gets a strike call there. He's now at 23 on the season. Looking for 24. He has a 3 ERA. So he's looking for the 24 strikeout. 0-2 count here against Marino Castillo with a man on first. The pitch home, and he gets that strikeout. He goes golfing for that one. And that's strikeout number 2, out number 3 for Adam Quincy and the River Bandits. We coming back here in the bottom of the 5th with the top of the batting order. Sorry I had that pitching change still up there. Just took that off. And that'll be the end of the top of the 5th. We'll see here in the bottom of the 5th for Armani Newton to lead off for the River Bandits. Armani Newton leading off the bottom half of the 5th for the River Bandits. Jose Rojas still on the mound. Tough inning last inning for him after got a couple fast outs. That's grounded out, foul. He had a home run from Cruz Newman, then 2 quick outs, then a couple walks, and the Phillips Daniels 2 RBI single. 4 runs in that 4th inning. 0-1 pitch. That's fouled back into the netting. So Armani Newton down on the count 0-2. Six-five ball game. Big chance with the top of the order up. Armani Newton has not gotten on base yet today. Neither has on deck Johnny Wall. First two batters in our batting order. Two of our hottest hitters. That is yanked inside for ball one. 1-2 to Newton, the leadoff man. The 1-2, and that's outside for ball two. Newton working it back in his favor. They're trying to get on base for Mr. Cruz Newman, third in our batting order, after he is a home run in 3 consecutive games. He goes down swinging for that one. Big pitch from Jose Rojas, gets the leadoff man out. Brings up Johnny Wall. Johnny Wall grounds out over towards their second baseman, Bernard Craig. A tough play, he bobbles it a little bit, throw over to first is going to be in time for out number 2. 2 quick outs. Cruz Newman now up to bat. Cruz Newman now at the plate. Hit a solo shot last inning. 3 consecutive games with home runs. He's looking for another one. He hits that into left center field. Not a home run this time, but he's going to stop at first. Doesn't hit the gap hard enough, but a hard hit single for Cruz Newman, bringing up Eston Snyder. Cruz Newman staying hot. Eston Snyder now at the plate. Cruz Newman hit that very sharply into right center field. Still not hard enough in the gap. Wasn't necessarily in the gap, so he only got a single. He wanted 2. He's going to go back to first in time. Didn't want to slide. He stayed standing up. Very tight ball game here against the Catawba Valley Stars. Last night was the complete opposite. It was a beatdown. Now it's a 6-5 ball game in the 5th. Runner looks to go. Cruz Newman stays put. 0-1 to Eston Snyder. Eston Snyder with an 8-game hitting streak and counting. Already got his hit today. On deck is Colin Hughes. Colin Hughes has a walk and 2 runs this game. Pitch home from Snyder. Ooh, gets in there on the outside corner. He's down 0-2 very quickly to Jose Rojas. Rojas looking to go through 5. Don't see much bullpen work going on. Looking to have him pitch as deep as they possibly can. Steps off the mound for just a moment. Rojas at 69 pitches. Wow, I thought he was at a little bit more. He's been working pretty fast except for that 4th inning. Runner's going to go. Newman goes. That's high. That's grounded, and he's going to be called out as he falls off the bag. He slides off of it. He would have got there safe, but Cruz Newman can't contain himself and slides off the bag. Newman still got that single. River Bandits still in a 6-5 ball game here heading into the top of the 6th. We'll see you here on YouTube Live. You're watching the Tarboro River Bandits. Marshall Smith now at the plate, leading off the 6th inning for the Catawba Valley Stars as Adam Quincy coming out on the mound again. He's in relief for Adam Jamison. His first pitch is low for ball 1. Jamison left him a man at first base and 1 out last inning. He got 2 quick strikeouts. And now he's on the mound once again. Quincy, I mentioned, a great relief pitcher. Grounded out very softly over to Johnny Wall. Tough play. He takes it, throw over to first. And Max Bernal in time for out number 1. Johnny Wall with a great charge of the ball. Doesn't bobble it. Makes an online throw. Max Bernal gets it. Bringing up Anthony Ortega, their first baseman.
First baseman, number 33, Anthony Ortega.
Ortega's pitch home. Quincy's pitch home. Ortega swings and misses at that one. That is grounded very softly. They're going to call it fair. Throw over to first. Max Bernal gets it for out number 2. Just fair. From my angle, I thought it might not be, but he must have bounced fair, and he grabbed it before it went outside. I think if he didn't grab it, it would have went outside the foul line. So quick out. Phillips Daniels with a nice throw over to first. That's hit hard into left center field. We are going to take that off the wall. He's going to run into second. Throw to second is not going to be in time. So he wasn't getting to second very fast. Might have thought that was gone. But a very hard hit ball from Alberto Morales, their bottom of the lineup hitter, DH tonight, bringing up Bernard Craik with a man on second. Thought that had a chance of going. Quincy now with more of a pressure situation with Morales on second. Bernard Craik at the plate. He has a hit and a run today. He fouls that out of play. River Bandits and Adam Quincy trying to keep this a 1-run ball game as it came back from 6-1. Actually, just a few nights ago on the July 5th, Wednesday, River Bandits came back from 6-1. Did end up losing 7-8. But they came back from 6-1, made it a close game in the 9th. They had runners on first and second with Colin Hughes up with no outs, but he lined into a double play over to second base. Just an unfortunate play. He hit it hard. Pitch home, 0-1 pitch is low for ball 1. Colin Hughes had a good at bat there, just hit it too hard right at their second baseman. The Clover second baseman threw it over to first for a quick double play. And then it looked very bleak from there. Didn't end up losing 7-8. That pitch is outside, 2-1. And that was the game right before the All-Star break. After that, they've started getting hot. 3 wins in a row. I mentioned a 47-3 run to runs allowed ratio. Now it's 5-6 this game. That is strike call as he couldn't hold himself. Took a while. I didn't even know what to say. He tried holding himself up, but ended up going. The appeal to the first base umpire. 2-2. 1 pitch away from Strandon Morales at second, keeping it a 6-5 ball game. Mitch Jones running over to second. The throw home, and that is just outside. Ball 3. Maybe a little high. A little outside. Good take from Bernard Craik, excuse me. The payoff pitch, and that's upstairs for ball 4. Works the walk. Great at bat from Bernard Craik, bringing up Joshua Cooper, the third baseman.
That brings up the third baseman, number 8, Joshua Cooper.
Joshua Cooper has the highest batting average on the team for the Stars with a .417 and 60 at-bats. He's listed as an infielder. He can play anywhere. Really a plug-in guy as he looks at that. Strike one. The bottom half of the zone. Great pitch from Quincy. Oh, 0-1 to Cooper with men on first and second. A chance for the Stars to break this game open again. It's Jones over at second. Quincy's going to step off for just a moment. Set himself back up very quickly. Gets in his low stance. Looks at the sign from Daniels. The 0-1 pitch. And that is just outside. Very quick. Jack Quincy watching from Maryland, bringing on Bandits. You have Mr. Adam Quincy on the mound. I hope you're enjoying watching him right now. 1-1 pitch. Looks over at second. The pitch home. Grounds it out over towards Mitch Jones. He's charging it over at second. Throw to first to Max Bernal in time for out number 3. River Bandits strand him on first and second. And that's the end of the top half of the 6th. River Bandits coming back in the bottom of the 6th, trying to tie this ball game up. So they went 1-2-3 last inning. Essen Snyder leading off. We'll see you here. Excuse me, Essen Snyder not leading off. Colin Hughes leading off. We'll see you here in the top of the bottom of the 6th. Essen Snyder leading off for the River Bandits here in the bottom of the 6th. I was right, it was Essen Snyder. I don't know why I second-guessed myself, because Cruz Duman went to steal and got caught at second after he slid off second base. Essen Snyder looks at a strike, the first pitch of the at-bat. Jose Rojas still on the mound, having a very great game for him, and he checks the appeal, and I guess there's no appeal. Called it strike 2. 0-2 pitch, grounds it, chopper over the pitcher to the second baseman. Going to be a tough play, and he beats it out. He couldn't get the exchange fast enough. Bernard Craig throws over, but Essen Snyder beats it out. Essen Snyder beat that hit out, a softly hit chopper over to Bernard Craig. Snyder, a very speedy guy. Just got word that Rafael Devers hit a home run for the Red Sox. I'm a Sox fan, so that's big. I know you guys probably don't care. Here's the pitch home. Colin Hughes hits it off himself. That's going to be a foul ball. Would have been a tough play if it was in play, but it definitely was off his foot. Hughes looked to be in a little bit of pain there. come on out to Tarboro tomorrow night as we are playing the Norfolk Redbirds for the first time this season. Get you some sausage dogs, some brisket if we have any. Lots of good food. The popcorn's amazing. Come out. Tarboro, watch a fun game as River Bandits bats are hot. Looking to stay hot, looking to get a win tonight. Try to win again tomorrow night. There is a bit of a rain chance, hoping there's no postponement. Thought that might happen tonight. Didn't happen. Skies are great. Beautiful night for some baseball. Hughes hits that hard into right center. They're looking at that. They can't get to it. Gets to the wall. Snyder's going to round third. Snyder is going to stop there, and a double for Colin Hughes. Big time as he celebrates his second. Preston Shelton now at the plate with 2 runners in scoring position after Colin Hughes hits a double, advances Eston Snyder over to third after he beat out an infield single. On deck is Max Bernal. Preston Shelton, our third baseman tonight, looking to tie this ball game up or take the lead as he grounds that out. Going to keep him over at third, and that was one of the worst cases possible for the River Bandits. Max Bernal up at the plate, our first baseman tonight, has a hit, an RBI, and a run. On deck, Ethan Barnes. Max Bernal trying to get on or tie the game with a sac fly. Get 2 runs in. That center fielder is playing close. That's flied out. Could be a tough play for the third baseman. Is it in play? He makes the grab for out number 2. Yep. Didn't really have a good angle. That is very unfortunate. 2 quick outs. Didn't get the runner at third home. And the game stays at 6-5. Ethan Barnes now at the plate. Ethan Barnes trying to bring those runners home. No sac fly in play anymore. 2 quick outs. Pitch home, and that's outside, yanked. Once again, Marshall Smith with a good stop. Make sure it doesn't get to the backstop. Jose Rojas been yanking a few pitches with runners at third. And Marshall Smith doing a good job making sure it doesn't get to the backstop. Hasn't happened yet. 1-0 to Barnes. Looks at that, in there for strike 1. Sun is set now. Beautiful sky here. Not many clouds. Chance to take the lead or tie the game. Ethan Barnes at the plate in a 1-1 count. 6-5. Eston Snyder at third. He's speedy. The 1-1 pitch. That's inside. Almost hits him. 2-1. On deck is Phillips Daniels, who had the bases loaded 2 RBI single to bring us back into this game. That happened back in the 4th inning. He has a chance for another at bat here. Could be with the bases loaded if Barnes works a walk or gets hit. Two 2-1 pitch from Rojas is outside. 3-1. Phillips Daniels very close to another bases loaded opportunity. Three and one, 9 hits for the River Bandits, 6 for the Stars. Barnes trying to get on anyway, anyhow. They're going to throw to second. He's going to be caught in the jam, in a pickle. They're going to throw to home. He's going to slide in, and he gets home safe! A great slide from Eston Eston Snyder! Oh my goodness! Eston Snyder, we were talking about how speedy he was in the press box, and he gets home to tie the game. What a crazy play. I do not know how he got under that tag. That looked like an easy out. I feel like they should have just went for the man over there at third, as they had him dead to rights, but they went home. And it didn't pay off for the Stars. It paid off for the River Bandits, tying this game up 6-6. Still a 3-1 count. If he goes on, they're talking about it. Don't know if there's really much else to say. They can't really return or overturn a call. There's no review. Music is now playing, so I'm going to have to go mute. We'll let you know what happens. Call stands. He slides in safe. Eston Snyder. What a slide. Just a wonderful play from him. Smart to get down the line when Colin Hughes was stuck over there in the middle of second and third. He was stuck. They could have went and tried to tag Colin Hughes. They didn't. Went for Snyder. That pitch gets in there for strike two. He works it full. Rojas stares down Ethan Barnes. I don't think Rojas is very pleased with the call at the home plate. Ethan Barnes with a full count here. The payoff pitch from Rojas with Colin Hughes at third. And that is high for ball four. Rojas screaming over at the home plate umpire, thinking that was in there. Having a meeting on the mound with Rojas now. We'll let you know what happens. Phillips Daniels now at the plate. Another RBI opportunity for him. Not bases loaded, but he does have runners on the corners. Opportunity to take the lead. And he's stealing. Not going to have a throw. Most likely didn't throw. Colin Hughes over at third. Didn't want him to take the risk and try to slide home safely. They're putting their faith in Rojas, try to get that out. Because there is 2 outs. One and 0. He hits that into right center field. That is going to hit the gap, hit the wall. That's going to bring home 2 runs. Phillips Daniels going into second as he gets a stand-up 2 RBI double to take the lead for the River Bandits, 8-6. J.B. Bell coming in to pinch hit for Mitch Jones at second base. J.B. Bell and Mitch Jones splitting time over there at second base. He's getting the pinch hit opportunity here in the sixth. And that is upstairs for ball one. Has Phillips Daniels over there at second after he just got another 2 RBI hit. This time a 2 RBI double. He has 4 RBIs in this game. 4 of our 8. Player of the game right now. J.B. Bell, righty-lefty matchup. 1-0 pitch. And that's outside for ball two. Phillips Daniels at second, 10 hits now for the River Bandits. As that is grounded out towards their first baseman, Ortega. He makes a tough play, doesn't get it. Tries to make the play as the pitcher, Rojas, was coming over to first to take over first base, and he looks over, takes his eye off the ball, bobbles it. Armani Newton at the plate with runners on the corners. An 8-6 ball game now. River Bandits lead. Armani Newton doesn't have anything this game. He's due for something. That was looked outside to me at least. 0-1. Wanted to think it was 1-0. 0-1 to Newton. J.B. Bell looks like he wants to go. Doesn't have a big lead, and that one is outside this time. 1-1. I think J.B. Bell is going to steal here. Don't know if it's at this pitch, but I think J.B. Bell is going to get sent. This time he's starting to inch over more. I think he's going to go. He's leaning. Nope. Armani Newton looks at that low. It gets behind him, but he finds it very quickly. J.B. Bell stays put, 2-1. Chance to blow this game open. 2-1 to Armani Newton. Jose Rojas still in the game through the sixth inning, 5 2/3 innings pitched. As that's upstairs for ball three. Still don't see any bullpen work. Are they just going to let him play out the whole game? Maybe they worked someone in the bullpen. I wasn't paying attention. He's already ready because he's been in here for a long time. Now he's at, let's see how many pitches. He's at 92 pitches. This should be his last inning. But going through 6 against this River Bandit bat is pretty good. Tough couple of innings for him. He's had some good ones, but the 4th and the 6th, 4 and 3. The 3-1 pitch. Lines that. Or grounded out past the first baseman. That's going to bring one home. Going to be an RBI single for Armani Newton. He gets his first hit of the game, makes it 9-6. Bringing up Johnny Wall. They're having a meeting on the mound. Looks like his night might be over. Maybe they're just trying to talk to him. Johnny Wall at the plate with runners in first and second. J.B. Bell over there at second. Armani Newton at first. Armani Newton just got an RBI single. Brought home the 9th run of the ball game. On deck is Cruz Newman. Pitch home. Johnny Wall pops that up. And that is out of play. Hits the top of the stadium, as you all probably heard. Big inning for the River Bandits, blowing this game open little by little. We're down 6-1, 8 consecutive runs against them. Well, 6-1 in the third. Now 4 for the River Bandits in the fourth and 4 in the sixth. Here's a pitch home. Hits that into center field. That's going to drop. That's going to bring J.B. Bell home. The throw to third. Armani Newton's going to slide in. And he is safe. What? He's running off the... Oh, he's running back to first. Thought that was a pitcher running back to the dugout. Armani Newton gets in safe. Big hit from Johnny Wall. RBI single to bring home J.B. Bell. 6-10 ball game. River Bandits lead now. A 5-run inning here in the sixth. Cruz Newman at the plate. He's already hit a bomb this game, 3 consecutive games with a home run. He has runners on the corners. We're thinking here in the press box he's hitting a 3-run home run. We just have a feeling. Looks at the sign. Pitch home. He hits it, but it's lined right at the first baseman, Ortega, and man, were we wrong, but was a hard hit ball, just unfortunate right at him. But still, big inning for the River Bandits as they take a 10-6 lead with 5 runs here in the 6th inning. We'll see here in the 7th inning with a 10-6 lead, and Adam Quincy taking on the mound once again. Caleb Burr leading off the 7th for the Stars. Adam Quincy back on the mound after a 5-run inning for the River Bandits, taking the 10-6 lead. That was fouled super sharply down the left field side, but foul. A 1-1 to Caleb Burr. He hit the home run earlier. That bounces in the dirt from Adam. 2-1 to Caleb Burr. Adam Quincy, 1 2/3 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts in his relief of Jamison. And that almost hits him. Goes inside. He has to back out of it. 3-1. And that is a walk. That looked like it was in there, but a leadoff walk for Caleb Burr, bringing up Jackson Risk. Emily Hill says, let's go Adam. We're all cheering on Adam right now here on the mound. He's been pitching great. Did just have a leadoff walk, looking to get out of that lefty-lefty matchup, as there's a big swing and a miss for strike 1. Jackson Risk, their right fielder, they throw it over back to first. Not in time. Risk on the game has 2 walks and a run.
I'm sure you stay busy.
0-1, the pitch home, and that is in there for strike 2. Great breaking pitch. Nice slider to get the outside corner. Looking for a double play ball as he fouls that out of play. Pitch home as that's grounded foul. 0-2, a pesky at bat here from Jackson Risk with a man on first. He's fouled off a few pitches in a row. Pitch home as this time it's inside. Good take from Jackson Risk. He's trying to get a rally going as they got the leadoff walk. Now it's his turn to get something going. Second man on. Tough matchup, lefty-lefty against Adam Quincy. As that hits the outside corner, he freezes him for strike 3 for the first out of the inning. Great pitch from Adam Quincy. As Jackson Risk was not happy with the call, or not happy with himself as he throws his bat down in the dugout. Now 1 out with Caleb Burr at first. Javier Armas, their shortstop. He's now up at the plate. He has 1 hit, 1 RBI, 1 strikeout, and 1 run. That ball gets away. There's going to be a throw to second. It's going to be a little offline, gets into center, but J.B. Bell is there to back it up. Keep Caleb Burr over there at second. Now a man in scoring position, 1-0 to Javier Armas. Armas taking his time to get back in the batter's box. A 1-0 pitch, as that is high for ball 2. Quincy looking at the sign from Daniels. Taking his time here with Burr at second. Pitch home, and he gets a swing and a miss. He went reaching for that one. That was outside of the zone. Like a nice changeup from Adam Quincy. 2-1. Riverbend is trying to make it a 4-game win streak. They have the 10-6 lead here. Came back down from 6-1. Here's the pitch. Oh, he swings his bat. Flies it. Loses his handle of it, gets a new bat. Makes it 2-2, but he absolutely launched that past their dugout. Went all the way past first base. Luckily, we have this netting here in Tarboro. Make sure no fans get struck by any balls or any bats. Get a lot of foul balls in the netting our way. I do have a window on my side. The other side does not have a window. If foul ball came in, it could launch into one of us. 2-2 pitch. Gets a big swing and a miss. With the second strikeout of the inning and out number 2.
Next up, number 2, the center fielder,
Marino Castillo, their center fielder, up at the plate. He's 6th on their batting order. Their center fielder tonight. He has 2 hits and 2 RBIs with a strikeout. He's an RBI opportunity here. He backs away from that one inside for ball 1. Man over there at second, and Caleb Burr, and that pitch just goes high for ball 2. Crowd is not as excited now after the big inning. They got all their excitement out there. They're watching intently, letting Adam Quincy do his thing. He's working hard. He ground that over to first base. It's going to be foul. Max Bernal gets to it, but already foul. Someone is yelling very loud down there. Bet you could pick that up here on the mic.
Tell me more.
So 3 consecutive lefties for Adam Quincy. You got 2 of them striking out. Looking for another strikeout and a 2-1 count with Caleb Burr at second. Marino Castillo, their center fielder, at the plate, and that hits the outside corner. Castillo not happy with the call, 2-2. Adam Quincy's getting that call on that outside black. His breaking ball is hitting it. Let's see if he goes there again, if he gives him some high heat. 2-2 pitch. Gives him some heat, and it gets past him. He can't get his barrel to it, and that's strike number 3. 3 strikeouts after the leadoff man gets on. Adam Quincy continues to pitch amazing for the River Bandits. We'll see you here in the bottom of the 7th, trying to extend that 6-10 lead. We're here in Tarboro Municipal Stadium as the River Bandits are here in the bottom of the 7th. It's Essen Snyder leading off, not taking on the mound. He's taking the plate against the new pitcher, Stephen Croft. As he looks at 2 consecutive balls against Croft. Croft in relief of Jose Rojas, who pitched a solid 6 innings. Couple bad innings in there. As that might be a blooper. No, that's going to drop. Foul. First baseman Ortega almost gets to it. Would have made a tough play behind the back play. Now 2-1 against Snyder. Snyder slid in safe. That started that whole run. If he got called out, would still be 6-5 right now, or 6-6. Slid in safely at home plate after Colin Hughes was caught in a pickle. The 2-1. Hits that sky high into right field. Right fielder Jackson Risk gets under that for out number 1. Colin Hughes at the plate with 1 out, nobody on. He gets a big swing and a miss. Goes for the fences with that one. Colin Hughes on the day has a hit, 3 runs, and a walk. Having a very productive day for the River Bandits. There's been a lot of those recently. He gets hit by a pitch there. First hit by a pitch this game, as we've seen a few recently, but not this game. Bringing up Preston Shelton, who on the game has a hit, a walk, and a run, our third baseman tonight. Everyday third baseman for the River Bandits. Pitch home, and that's yanked outside. He has Colin Hughes over there at first, trying to advance him. 10-6 ball game here, River Bandits. Coming back down from 6-1. Pitch home. He hits that into center field. He hit it sharply. That's going to drop. It's going to be a single. A base knock for Preston Shelton. I couldn't tell if he got it. He got up, and it was under his glove. Colin Hughes gets second safely. Preston Shelton with a base knock. At the plate now, Max Bernal. Max Bernal has a hit, an RBI, and a run this game. Productive night for Max Bernal. Playing over there at first base. So he looks at that down low for ball 1. Seems like every time he's been up to bat, there's been runners on for him. Twice first and second, and another second and third. Had 3 at-bats. This is fourth at-bat of the game. Everyone... Oh, that's in there for strike 1. Everyone on the squad, except for our second basemen tonight, have a hit. So 1-1 to Max Bernal with runners on first and second. 1 out in a 10-6 ball game. We have the new pitcher, Stephen Croft, on the mound. He's in a bit of a jam. The pitch home, and that is low for ball 2. 2-1 to Bernal. Pitch home. He hits that right at the second baseman, Craig. Could be a double play. Preston Shelton is out, and the double play is acquired. The Stars get the double play in the 7th inning, and we're going to go to the top of the 8th. 6 outs remaining for the Stars to get back in this game. A nicely placed ball for Bernard Craig to get the double play. see here in the top of the 8th in just a moment. You're watching the Tarboro River Bandits on YouTube Live. Marshall Smith leading off for the Stars here in the 8th inning. He's the Stars catcher tonight, trying to get something going. We have a new pitcher on the mound for the River Bandits, Camden Martindale coming out there. Adam Quincy with a strong 2 2/3 innings with 1 hit, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. No runs earned on him as Martindale's taken over for him. His first pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. Jamison himself had 4 1/3, 5 hits, 5 earned runs, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Martindale's second pitch is in there on the outside corner for strike 1. Jamison is in line for the win right now. Martindale's pitch home. He gets a big swing and a miss. Martindale looking to work fast along with Quincy. Quincy worked fast coming out of the bullpen. "13 hits for the River Bandits, 6 on the Valley Stars side. The 1-2 pitch, and this time he gets a strikeout. 3 consecutive swing and misses from their catcher, Marshall Smith. Camden Martindale going out there, first man with a strikeout. Lots of strikeouts this game. Now 10 on the game for the River Bandits. Only 2 for the opposing side. And both from Jose Rojas. That gets to the backstop. Martindale's pitch is way outside as Phillips Daniels can't get to it. Martindale on the season has the most innings pitched of any River Bandit pitcher. Coming out there again, he gets a strike 1 foul. Martindale has 21 in the third innings pitch, 7 games played. He has 3 starts. 98 batters faced, the most on the team. He's 1-1. Doesn't have a save, has 17 hits against him, 10 earned runs, 12 walks, 17 strikeouts. As that is hit into left center, shallow field. It'll be a base knock for Anthony Ortega, second man of the inning. He gets on with a base knock into shallow left center. Alberto Morales now at the plate. Martindale on the season has a 4.21 ERA. Trying to keep it that way or make it better here. Been one of our best guys, that's why we throw him out so much. Just been a reliable guy out of the pen. Got a few starts under his belt. The 1-0 pitch, that's yanked outside. Runner's going to stay put as Phillips Daniels gets in front of it. That was Ortega's first hit of the game. He's over there first. Alberto Morales has a double this game and a walk. Has struck out once this game. He's their DH tonight. He's in a 2-0 count against Camden Martindale, and that is outside for ball 3. Now 3-0 against Morales. Martindale not in a high leverage situation just yet, but a walk here puts 2 men on, and just getting closer to that tying run at the plate, and that's in there for strike 1. Just want to keep runners off the bases if you're Martindale. Don't want to give them any sign of hope. Pitch home, that's fouled out of play. Martindale works it back full. On deck there, leadoff hitter, Bernard Craik. He's been pesky against the River Bandits in his 2 games. 1 hit and a walk and a run this game, 3 hits the last game. Here's the payoff pitch. That's a big swing and a miss for strike 3. Second strikeout of the inning for Camden Martindale. Adds on to his season total.
Number 6, the second baseman, Bernard Craik.
Martindale now has 19 strikeouts on the season, looking for his 20th here against the leadoff hitter, Bernard Craik. Trying to strand that man over there at first. Throws over at first, not in time. Still no pitches to Bernard Craik. Pitch home, and that is in there for strike 1. See how fast Martindale is throwing, if the radar gun will pick it up. That's grounded out to the third base side, and that's going to be foul. Preston Shelton gets to it. Would have been a very tough play if it was fair. Pitch came in there at 74 miles per hour. Breaking ball from Camden Martindale. Now 0-2 against the leadoff hitter. Looking to strike out the side. The 0-2 is upstairs, ball 1. That sailed out of his hand. Trying to give him some high heat. Now 1-2, 2 outs, man on first. Just gets a piece of it, stays alive. Good job from Bernard Craik. Staying alive there. Hitting it off the end of his bat to the backstop. Crowd wanting a strikeout in a 10-6 ball game here. Martindale says yes to the sign, looks over at first. His 1-2 pitch. upstairs. Comes in at 84 miles per hour.
Maybe I know if I saw his face, but some names are hard to remember. I know.
The 2-2 pitch, and that is upstairs. Bernard Craig works it full.
Yep.
The runner's going to go. The payoff pitch hit over to Mitch Jones, or it's JB Bell now in play of him, and over to Bernard. Excuse me, Bernal for out number 3. Kept saying Bernard Craig, but that'll be the end of the top half of the 8th. River Bandits strand him over there at first. Going to try to extend that 10-6 lead, give a little bit more of a cushion as the Stars only have 3 outs left to get back in this game. Ethan Barnes leading off for the River Bandits here in the bottom half of the 8th. Stephen Croft on the mound once again for the Stars. Is that it's right behind Ethan Barnes. Would have hit him if he didn't duck. Good job from him ducking under that ball. Stephen Croft on the Stars has a 7.95 ERA and 13 1/3 innings pitched. 20 hits against him, 15 earned runs. Has 1 home run against him, 8 hit by pitches, so he struggles with that, as we just saw. Ethan Barnes would have gotten hit if he didn't duck under it. 10 walks, 15 strikeouts. Like I said, 7.95 ERA. From Hudson Valley Community College. Taking his time, getting back on the mound in a 1-0 count against Barnes. Already 9:37 here. The latest the game has gone for a while, as we've had a few games called early here in Tarboro. River Bandits just been up by so much. They called the games early against the Twins and against the Stars last night. Latest we've been here for a while, and now Croft's continuing. Take his time, needs a mound visit from his catcher Marshall Smith. And music is playing, so I'm going to have to go. Catcher Marshall Smith back behind the plate. Ethan Barnes at the plate. Now he takes a step off. A long at bat here to lead off the 8th. One 0 pitch to Barnes, and that's yanked outside.
He has a fan like around his neck, but he sure doesn't help much at all. But he used to
2-0 to Barnes. Here's the pitch home. He just fouls that back. Makes it 2-1. Had a lot of action in the middle innings. Now definitely a slower paced game towards the end.
yeah, he gets hot. Yeah.
Now 2-1 against Barnes. Pitch home, and he fouls that back once again. Barnes has been hot recently, up in his average. Very high average compared to what he was at before. He's now at 316. Just 6 on the team. He goes down swinging to lead off the inning. River Bandit fans definitely quiet here. They do have the 10-6 lead. Phillips Daniels now at the plate. He had a big hit to get us back into this game as the base is loaded. Hits it past their third baseman, Joshua Cooper. Brought home 2 runs, made it a 6-5 ball game. As he looks at strike 1 there. He also had another big hit, a 2 RBI hit in the 6th as well. So the two innings the River Bandits had big run innings. He had big hits, got 2 RBIs in both of those innings. Levo with now a 1-2 count. Says 2-1 up on the scoreboard here. I think it's 1-2. Here's the pitch home, and that is upstairs. Could be wrong. The umpire's not signaling. Could be 3-1, could be 2-2. Here's the pitch home, and that is upstairs. So it was 2-2. Now it's 3-2. Full count over Phillips Daniels. Stephen Croft on the mound. Here's his payoff pitch, and he goes reaching for that. He gets struck out. 2 strikeouts here for Stephen Croft to start the 8th inning. Bringing up J.B. Bell. J.B. Bell on the season with a .229 batting average, .415 on base percentage. He looks at a ball. After J.B. Bell is the leadoff hitter Armani Newton. If he gets out here, River Bandits hoping to not have to see those hitters. Hoping to end it in the top half of the 9th. Here's a pitch home, and that's all the way to the backstop. Marshall Smith can't get to it, makes it 2-0. (10-6) ball game. 13 hits for the River Bandits, 7 for the Valley Stars. The 2-0 pitch. J.B. Bell looks at that breaking ball in there for strike 1. Hope you all are enjoying the stream. 60 watching here in the 10-6 ball game in the bottom half of the 8th. J.B. Bell at the plate as he looks at breaking ball high. Bell working a good at bat. Trying to get on base for Armani Newton. Trying to get any more cushion runs that they can, because you never know. As he hits that into shallow left field, the shortstop gets to it in time. Javier Armas runs it down in very shallow left field. Great play from him, and that's the end of the 8th inning. We'll go into the top of the 9th. 3 outs remaining for the Stars. Will they come back in this game? We'll see in the top of the 9th. You're watching the Tarboro River Bandits on YouTube Live. Joshua Cooper leading off the 9th inning with Camden Martindale on the mound. Martindale hits the outside black for the first pitch of the inning. He's trying to hold them off in this 10-6 game. He gets 2 consecutive strike calls where the batter looks at him. 0-2 very quickly to lead off. The pitch home, that's yanked or outside. Joshua Cooper in the 1-2 pitch. Grounded out. Camden Martindale can't get to it. J.B. Bell to throw over to first. Scooped up, and Max Bernal can't hold on. Would have been out number 1. Martindale got a little bit of his glove on it, slowed it down. J.B. Bell made a throw over to Max Bernal. It bounced up. Max Bernal got it in his glove, and then it bounced out of his glove. So just a lot of the ball hitting the glove and not getting the out.
Next up, number 24, the left fielder, Caleb Bird.
Martindale definitely pitch out of this, though. He's been great out of the pen, been great in general. Throw over to first, that was close. Joshua Cooper gets back in safe. River Bandits looking to win their 4th straight game. Beat the Scallywags 17-0, the Twins 18-2, and the Stars 12-1 last night. Here's the pitch home. That's outside for ball 1. Right now the Scallywags are, that gets past Phillips Daniels, and runner's going to get into second safely. 2-0 now. Scallywags are beating the Steamers 8-0 in PCL play. It's a pretty big game. The Steamers are 15-4 on the season, or in divisional play. On the season, Steamers are 20-7. River Bandits are 14-11, and Outer Banks Scallywags are 11-9-1. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That's outside for ball 3. So River Bandits half a game above the Scallywags, looking to win this game. The Scallywags look to beat the Steamers tonight. They're looking like they're going to. Don't want to let them take over our spot in the second seed. Here's the 3-0 pitch from Martindale, and that's in there for strike 1. Martindale trying to work back in this at bat. 3-1, looks at second, pitch home, and that hits the outside corner. That was close. He works it full. Martindale's close to getting the strikeout, or we'll see if he can get him out anyway. Rather him not advance that runner, but it is a 4-run ball game. Wouldn't matter too much in the long run if he can get a couple outs after. Here's the payoff pitch from Martindale. And that is just high. Wow. That is big time for Caleb Burr to bring up Jackson Riss, their cleanup hitter, with no outs and men on first and second in a 10-6 ball game. These Stars are coming out threatening in the 9th inning. It's Coach Crosby going out to Martindale. Might be the end of his outing as we have some work in the bullpen. Maybe he might be calming him down. We'll let you know. Martindale staying out there with men on first and second, and Jackson Risk at the plate. He looks at a ball upstairs. Starting to get intense here in Tarboro. High leverage situation from Camden Martindale. Pitch home. Big swing and a miss from Risk. One and one. Trying to keep it 10-6. You don't even want to let it get any closer. Big swing and a miss. He goes reaching for that one. That was a low and outside, and Risk went for that. Martindale fooled him. Looking to fool him again here. We'll see what pitch he sends. The 1-2, and that's upstairs. 2-2. Everybody in the stadium watching Martindale, letting him do his thing. Big spot, 2-2. Flied out into left field. Cruz Newman getting under that in fair territory for out number 2. Runner's going to go back to second. Cruz Newman launches it in there over to J.B. Bell. The out number 1. Fly out to Cruz Newman. This is a big out. Didn't want to let him get on the bases with no outs and bring the tie-in run at the plate. Have some bullpen work going on in case Martindale struggles here to finish out the game. Pitch home, fouled back into the netting. Camera didn't move too much. Javier Armas, their shortstop, at the plate. He fouls that off out of Philip Daniels' mitt. Oh and 2 to Javier Armas. Towards the end of this game, 1 out. Runners on first and second. Wants this strikeout. Here's the 0-2, and that's outside. Gets away from Daniels, but runners are going to stay on first and second. Makes it 1 and 2. The 1-2 pitch from Martindale is low for ball 2. Javier Armas trying to work it back in his favor, trying to load the bases. That would bring up Marino Castillo, their center fielder. The 2-2 hit into right field. That's going to load him up. Well, Essen Snyder makes an error. Runner doesn't realize. Now he's going to go home. Snyder throws into second. That's going to bring one home. Runner's now on first and second, and the tying run at the plate with one out. River Bandits have been so hot recently with their bats. They put up 10 runs a game, or 10 runs this game. 10 runs or more in the past 4. In the game before that, they put up 7. So the bats have been hot this game. The pitching has had a little bit of its struggles with 7 runs allowed. A big spot here. Breaking ball gets in there for strike 1. Martindale trying to get out of this jam. The 0-1 pitch, and that is upstairs and outside for ball 1. Ten to 7 ball game. The tying run at the plate of Marino Castillo, and he swings and misses at that one. 1-2. A ground ball would end this game, or in terms of them making the double play, not letting Castillo beat it out. But a ground ball could end this game. Strikeout would be big too. He's in a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch home, and that's outside. 2-2. He's been up in the count in the last 2 at bats. Got a hit into right field. A ground ball. Got through first and second. Trying to strike him out this time or get a ground ball to a player. Is a 2-2. That pitch is outside, works it full. Getting scary over here in Tarboro. The Stars are threatening big here with a full count. This out could be a big outcome in this game, whether he gets him out or walks him. The payoff pitch, and that is in there for strike 3. He freezes Marino Castillo for another strikeout for Camden Martindale. Massive pitch to get him out, not load the bases. Still a tying run at the plate.
That brings up the catcher, number 9, Marshall Smith.
Marshall Smith trying to tie this game up. One swing of the bat over the wall would tie it up. Pitch home, and that breaking ball misses high. Or did he call that a strike? Thought he missed that high. Pitch home, that's grounded out towards third base, but it's foul. Can't tell if the first pitch was called a strike. No, it's 1-1. Just mentioned, or he just signaled that it's 1-1. His 1-1 pitch, and that is upstairs, 2-1. Martindale in a 2-1 pitch. That's hit over to Johnny Wall at short. Throw over to second for the force out to end the game. River Bandits win it 10-7. Martindale does the job in a bit of a jam there, but gets out of it. Great job for Martindale pitching out of it, and the River Bandits win the game. Johnny Wall gets a ground ball over to him, throws it over to J.B. Bell for the final out. That extends their winning streak to 4 games. They've scored 10 or more in the last 4. The bats are hot, and they play again tomorrow night against the Norfolk Redbirds without any at the chance of rain. We'll see if it's postponed or not. We thought tonight might be postponed. Ended up playing. River Bandits get their 4th win in a row after the All-Star break. They're still undefeated after that All-Star break. The Stars did threaten in the 9th. The River Bandits prevailed. Thank you all for watching the stream. A great night of baseball. Beautiful night after rainy in the early day. Couldn't think of what I was trying to say. Rainy earlier today, but ended up being very beautiful skies here for the game as Snyder, J.B. Bell, and Boogie Saunders all do their flip after a win right in front of the mound. Great game for the River Bandits, 10-7 win. We'll see you here tomorrow night against the Norfolk Redbirds. Tune in on the stream. We hope you all enjoyed. I'm Dominic Insulki. We will see you tomorrow night.